Sea Terror. Rebellious child again. The false sky. Mm-hmm. Back at the ground. They survived. Mm-hmm. I wish to face the skies that were once free. So the skies above Terra were free, but for some reason, barrier exists now. Mhm. Is there no other choice? Who is Priestess? What is Originium? My birth and isolation from the outside world happened far earlier than you think. Originium was just one out of the many innumerable answers. Originium means unification. It means another state of existence. Ocean of Solaris. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talcid, have you experienced this before? I am Trevor Friston. Ah. Mhm. That's how Holheo is acquainted with us. the vice president. Father. I guess that's it, huh? Colombia is officially a hostile nation now. Fine. Was that the parallel for ATF? I guess. Milsis. Oh, it's completely underwater now. I bid farewell to someone before coming here. A friend. I should say that my timing was just right. He was my kin. What do you think? I never thought he would exist. I was unprepared. I understood some of his answers, but my bewilderment only grew. In the end, I only had enough time to see him off. Frequently. Before I came here, I was asked similar questions. My answer was and is just as I always have been. Being alone is a type of strength, Milsis. Even a machine-like person can be submerged in such an emotion. You will be sad, you'll be reminiscence, you will worry. And in the long term, it might not even improve. But it is indeed a kind of power. Every life experience that eventually fades away will still hold some meaning. I remember you said before that you don't like being peppered with questions. But I will still hold out my hand, Milsis. Final chapter. Door to the future. The only certain thing is that we must keep moving forward. I guess this is it. This is the final one. Ferdinand, Blake, In the end, everyone moved on and kept moving forward. So Midosius survived after all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see. So this is the start of the space exploration. And Sarias became the director now, filling the empty seat of Kirsten Wright. Trimon's Ethics in Scientific Research Joint Declaration. Yeah, what happened to Kirsten? Mm. So the Galeria is still exists. I mean, it's still intact. It's still working, despite after breaking through the barrier. For 5 days, 8 hours and 43 minutes. Mm-hmm. Caleria Stellaria Planetarium, shutting down. The universe. The first time I learned of this concept from Thurston, I had no way of envisioning how encompassing, boundless, magnificent, beautiful, and touching it could be. It stretches past our horizons, exceeding what we have constructed with our bare imaginations, beyond what words can describe. A pity I can only record my words as an audio file. From what I can see through this boundless curtain that has made it difficult to discern any colors, our Terra is surrounded by stardust, with no fulcrum or rope supporting it as it rotates on its own and by itself. The stars blend into one another, and any measurement of distance, size, or shape is meaningless. This universe is so deep that it makes you speechless. It makes you feel a deep sense of awe. As I observe with just the naked eye, the stars look similar to Terra. These were once in our visions were mere decorations dotting the night sky, but they shared the same existence as us. Perhaps life also exists on them. The same flames of love and hate, terrible disaster, grand plans and romance, as well as mundane struggles and persistence, going on stage over and over again. Their history, written by the creation and destruction of their civilization, with innumerable magnificent miracles, names that shine, and bloated titles added unto the footnotes before they all return to dust. Do they know a universe exists? And are there our enemies, or neighbors we can get along with? If it's possible, perhaps everyone should try to understand us from this position, to understand the land, sky, and sea we rely on to live, to understand where exactly we are in the history of humanity, and where exactly that entire history belongs in the universe. Only then will we be qualified to consider what direction to head in. Pre-hibernation record. Vital signs are normal. Emotions are relatively stable. It is truly gratifying to see that all the plants here are still alive. A pity that Milsis has no way to obtain this data. Throughout Kirsten's entire life, there have only been 2 times where she truly felt alive. The first time, Saria, when I brought you back to my hometown, on that hillside where I told you about the beginning of everything. The second time is now, as I have just realized mine and my parents' dream. Whatever happened next is merely the start of a continuation. On a clear night, find a spot with a wide and open view and set up a telescope. There will be a single star twinkling for you in the sky. Well then, good night, Terra. Good night, universe. If, in a century or a millennium, our descendant walk among the stars, the masses will sing her praises. Who are you? A guardian lacking any purpose, watching over kin, brothers, and compatriots who will never wake up. What are these? Life support devices far beyond what your comprehension. They do not rely on the originium you are familiar with, but tens of thousands of years is enough to wear them down to nothing. And now they are merely coffins for the deceased, just like in the olden days. Why do you seem so close to humanity? In our darkest days, it was only human nature that let us avert a much more complete destruction, though this meant nothing but endless torment for me. Oh, this is the conversation between Kirsten and the Preserver. Is the sky false? Not exactly. A barrier makes Terra incapable of charging toward the stars. Light has been distorted accordingly, preventing people from ever understanding the true implication of their world. Only the stars are beyond any doubt they exist. What does the universe look like? An interesting question. When any creature capable of capturing light turns its head up to the sky, it will be subdued by an endless ocean of stars. Anonymous, magnificent, beautiful. But in my eyes, the void merely means ruin and a chilling desolation. Are these stars just like Terra? No. Terra is rather small compared to them. Even stars tens of millions of times larger than the Terra, like star number 4, would completely disappear into the gigantic black hole of the Zobaide Nebula. And the satellite arrays outside Talos can even manipulate the geographical properties of a planet like this. So it is true. This event is the bridge between Arknights and the Endfield. So Talos exists after all. Why do the Sancta have halos in wings? An icy chain of command gave them an identity. It is dangerous to start a machine like an NSF awareness in the name of a god. To fulfill a mission it cannot even understand, so it's true. The trailer from the Arknights CN, where it talked about the Sancta God, the law, being an AI, a machine. It is true. A burden beast. Nonetheless, burden beasts have not changed too drastically in the course of evolution. People should treat them with more humility and respect. So it is true. Burden beasts were pretty much the same as our current day mammals, herbivore. Burden beasts are practically just goats, oxes, sheep. They are practically the same. They are not too drastically different. Kirsten, say your piece. After knowing all of this, do you still intend on gambling with your life to tear open the sky? Terra is ill-prepared, and your death will be without meaning or reason. Allow me to ask you a final question to serve as my answer. Ask your question. Our careers, cities, homes, art, as well as our cruel history, suffering, war, catastrophes, and the arrogance that destroy everything, trend of thought and ideals, greatness granted by others and equality gifted from birth, the civilization born on this tiny patch of wilderness, and everything that we have ever loved without compare. What do they inevitably mean, and what is it that life ultimately seeks? Oh, this is the ultimate question, isn't it? What is life? What is the purpose of life? Obtain medal, the future. This is the best event. God damn. Kirsten, oh my god. Alright. I guess this is it. This is the final part of the main event. I will dedicate a whole new video covering the background of the story, the reports, the investigation report, the command panel. I will dedicate a single video for that, and yeah, this is by far
Doctor,
the
I
best.
did not see you at this morning's training session.
It even changes the loading screen. By far, this is number one, without any doubts. The number one event so far. Man, because of this I cannot wait for Enfield, bro. I wonder what awaits us at Talos 2. And what is the story, the interlude between Arknights and Arknights Enfield? I guess time will only tell. Well, to be fair, only Hypergriff will only tell. So yeah, I guess that's it for the Arknights Lone Trail event. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. And that's it. Bye. See you on the next one.